Have 10 minutes.
Sim, bom dia, boa tarde a todos. Encontro em representação da Direção-Geral dos Recursos Naturais e Marítimos.
Is it possible that you speak in English or not?
Yes, just a moment, please. Okay, so do you hear me?
Yes, I can
Yes,
hear you.
okay. So I'm going to speak in English.
Yes, please, thank you.
Okay. So I'm in representation of DGRM, that is the competent authority for the maritime special planning in Portugal, in coordination with autonomous regions of Açores and Madeira. Next, please. I'm going to focus my presentation on the legal framework that was in place for the maritime special planning, and also regarding the fishery sector and the interaction coastal zone. Next, please. The maritime special, the Portuguese maritime plan is has a huge dimension, because the maritime space is between the three continents, Europe, America, and also the countries from the Northwest Africa. So planning this area is a huge challenge. Next, please. The dimension of the area is huge. It's circa 1/3 of the Northeast Atlantic area. So for each Portuguese, it equals 38 football fields that each one has to take care and plan. Next, please. For this proposal, we had in 2006 the first national strategy, the first national strategy for the sea, but the objectives were not very clear. So in 2030, it was revised. And the new objectives concerning the blue economy and also the sustainable development were very clear, took in place, as also taking in consideration the basis for the law for the National Maritime Special Plan that was later published. Now we have a new revision of the national strategy that is in place. Next, please. Concerning the legal framework, we have in 2014 the law that is established the basis for the special planning and the management of the sea. In this year, but in July, the directive was published, and later in 2015, the decree law transposed the directive and created the mechanisms for the planning of the sea, and also the attribution, the mechanisms for the attribution, the permits for the private use of the maritime space. Next, please. So the Portuguese Maritime Special Plan, it's a tool to achieve the objectives of the national strategy. And because one of the principles that is in place in the Portuguese Maritime Special Plan is to achieve and maintain the good environmental status of the marine area. Next, please. The Portuguese Maritime Special Plan was approved in December 2019. It is a document only one document that includes the planning of the continent and also the autonomous regions, and also as a geoportal where all the information regarding the free uses and also the private uses and the potential areas for the activities are there. So, sorry. Next, please. To achieve those areas for the use, private use, a balance between the economic and also the ecological issues was made. Also, the plan is adapted as an adaptive management. If the situation of the sea, the conditions of the sea, environmental conditions and economic conditions are necessary, the plan is automatically actualized. Next, please. So in practical terms, we use data and information from oceanographic conditions, and also the administrative and legal constraints that form the first base of the study. Also very important because most of the activities occur near the coast. We consider also the free uses, namely the fishery and also the recreational uses. Next, please. This is an example of the layers that are in the geoportal, and also that was important to design the potential areas for the uses. At the left, we have a study about the fishing grounds. Then we have oceanographic data, ecological data, and also the administrative constraints. Next, please. So the uses and activities were the design of the areas for the potential uses and activities are in the geoportal. We have an example of the aquaculture and wind farms, and then at the bottom we are not potential areas but areas where the cables cannot pass because they are protected areas. Next, please. During the process of the elaboration of the plan, we have several meetings with stakeholders and also a public participation. The plan had two public discussions, one in June and July 2008. The first public discussion was in 2008, and the second was in 2019. In December 2008 and January 2019. For the public discussions, they were two types of public discussions, one for the public in general and another for the fishery sector. In total, we have 7 public discussions, public presentations of the plan in the context of the public discussion. Next, please. Because the fishery sector is very important in Portugal, we do work with this sector. So next, please. In fact, 27% of the municipals are near the coast, where the majority of the population lives. Also, there are a large diversity of fishing gears. It represents, in terms of the fishers, 72% of the fishers are the local fishers, and although the GDP, the contribution to the GDP is not big, the change value associated with the small-scale fisheries is very important. Next, please. So in 2017, the DGRM went to meetings near the fishing sector, namely the local fishing, small-scale fisheries. We went to the north of Portugal, to Póvoa de Varzim, Vila de Conde. It's a community that has long history in the fishing sector. So, and because on the north of Portugal is a potential area for the wind farm. Also went to the south of Portugal because of the aquaculture and the conflict of uses that could occur between the fishing sector. That is also important. Next, please.
It's been 10 minutes.
Okay, this is a first the study, the results of the study. We are working along the coast of Portugal. Next, please. This is a case where we received a request to a permit to the private use of a small area to evaluate the growth of the algae, macroalgae. This is the case in north of Portugal, so we have there the layers concerning the relevance, the importance of all the fishing. Next, please. This is the same information, but for each typhoid year, we can see that the long lines, they have probably some conflict in uses. But the pots and the traps, the conflicts are less important. We are studying these projects already, and we didn't emit the permit. Next, please. Also, there is the interaction land-sea problem. Please, next. Sorry, yes. Portugal has, since 1993, this problematic study. We have the first coastal management plan 29 years ago. It is the contest is the terrestrial area and also the marine area until the bathymetry of 30 meters. Next, please. In this area, there are several protection levels, and also the activities are permitted or forbidden or conditional. There are beach management plans also, and also measures for the coastal safety and emergency measures. Next, please. This is this example that these plans were completely integrated in the Maritime Special Plan. Next, please. This is a case. Yes, this is a zoom of the plan from Alcobaça to Cabo Espichel. Next, please. This is another plan from Ovar Marinha Grande. So we have these plans for all the protection zone along the coast in Portugal. Next, please. So it's all. Thank you.